Welcome back, mamas. It's Doona here again. So today we're going to focus on spinal movement. So lots of twistings as well as lots of flexion and extension to help us gain our posture back. So while you're breastfeeding, nursing, or just holding your baby, you're constantly in this hunching position. So today we're going to really help to get our posture back. All right, so ladies, grab your 2 blocks, a strap, and let's go ahead and get started on our backs. So before you lie down, just go ahead and grab a 1 block and place it next to your side. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana leg, soles of your feet to touch, knees out wide. And rest your arms by your side. Then take a moment to scan your entire body, especially your lower back. If you feel any tension there, see if you can scoot your hips slightly forward and flatten your lower back. So you might have to keep your core slightly engaged. Make sure your shoulders are melting down towards the floor, opening up your chest. And then once you feel settled in, finding relaxation, not through the body, but also the mind, go ahead and close your eyes and slow down the breath. Just like any practice, let's focus on the breathing to help us set the tone for the next 30 minutes. Taking it slower and slower with each breath. Noticing where you can relax even more. So maybe your jaw, relaxing your cheekbones, eyelids. One more breath here. Breathe in. Fill up. And take a slow exhale. Let it go. Good. On your next inhale, bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shin bones and just make big circles with your knees. Warming up through your lower back. Warming up through your hips. Go ahead and switch directions, keeping both shoulder blades grounded. Back of the neck is long. Good. Drop your left leg all the way down. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Then cross your right knee over your body for your first supine twist. Slightly scoot your hips over to the right. Tee out your right arm and gaze past your right shoulder. Every inhale, find length through your spine. And every exhale, twist a little bit deeper. 2 more on your own here. Inhale, come back to center. Neutralize your spine. Drop your right leg. Hug your left knee in. Inhale, squeeze your left knee in towards your chest. Exhale, supine twist. Cross your left knee over your body and scoot your hips slightly over to the left this time. Using your inhales to find length and space, and using your exhales to twist even deeper. 2 more times on your own. Good. Come back to center. Neutralize your spine. So keep your feet grounded about hip width distance apart. Grab your block and lift your hips. Place your block underneath your sacrum area. So that bony area right underneath the tailbone. Play around with the different height of the block. You might want to start off with the smallest height, the shortest height. Or feel free to go straight into the higher height. Then drop your knees in towards each other so inner thighs connect. From there, walk your feet as wide as you can without the knees separating. So just getting that nice gentle stretch into the hip flexor, your psoas. And then taking notice of your lower back here. Notice how it's elevated, allowing some blood to flow into your abdominals, into your heart. Tee out your arms, and from here, open your knees and just sway your knees side to side for a moment. Again, getting that nice release through the lower back. Keeping your chest open. Good. All right, come back to center. Bring your feet hip width distance apart again. If it's not there already, go ahead and make the block a little bit higher. And if it doesn't feel good, go ahead and lower it down again. Good. And then drop your knees back towards each other. Inner thighs connect. Walk your feet as wide as you can. Focus on lengthening through your lower back. So slightly tucking of the tailbone. So core is slightly engaged. But keep the upper body fully relaxed. Teeing out the arms. Again, just allowing the blood flow to flow into your heart. Getting that nice inversion feeling. Finding relaxation through your breath. All right, go ahead and open up your knees. Lift your right leg all the way up towards the ceiling and bring your left leg to meet your right legs up the wall with the block underneath you. Flex your feet. Roll your inner thigh slightly back. See if you can straighten out the legs a tad bit more, getting more into the hamstrings and your calves. Again, keeping the upper body grounded. Good. Keep your right leg extended and drop your left leg all the way down towards the floor. It's okay if your left heel doesn't touch the floor, but go ahead and flex both feet again. And try to kick through your heels. So straightening the legs a little bit more. Getting the stretch into your left hip flexor, into your inner thighs. Bring your left leg to meet your right and drop your right leg all the way down towards the floor. Focus on reaching your right heel away from your shoulders. Extend your left heel up towards the ceiling. Keeping your lower back flat. Lengthening your tailbone down. Good. Do that a few more times, back and forth. Go as slowly as you can. So we're not rushing here. Focusing on the hips, the hamstrings, and the lower back. If it feels better for you, bend the knees, bend your knees. Core is engaged. Keep your feet flexed. Good. Do one more. And this time, let's go ahead and drop both legs all the way down. So for Shavasana legs. But be mindful of your lower back here. Because there's a slight arch through your lower back, you want to keep the belly in, core is engaged. So focus on lengthening your tailbone towards the backs of your heels. The straighter your legs, the more stretch you'll feel on the front side of your hips. Good. One more breath here. Inhale. And then as you exhale, plant your feet. Walk your heels back towards your glutes. Walk your fingertips towards your heels. Inhale, bridge pose. Tuck your tailbone, then lift your hips as high as you can. Press into your arms and upper back to lift your chest. And imagine there's a block between your inner thighs. Hug your inner thighs in. Inhale, lift your hips a tad bit higher. Then as you exhale, release the block to the side and lower down one vertebra at a time. So upper back, mid back, and then your lower back. Good. Walk your feet as wide as your mat. Tee out your arms. Drop your legs over to the left. Option to stay here for 3 breaths. Otherwise, hook your left ankle on top of right thigh. Gaze past your right shoulder and take a breather here. Good. Release your left foot. Come back to center. Drop your legs over to the right. Either stay here. If you did on the other side, hook your right ankle on top of the left thigh. Gaze past your left shoulder. 3 breaths. Release your right foot. Come back to center. Rehug your knees back into your chest. This time, grab behind your thighs and rock back and forth a few times, coming up to tabletop position. Stack your wrist underneath your shoulders. Knees underneath your hips. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly. Bend your elbows back. Lift your chest. Gaze all the way up. Exhale, cat pose. Push the floor away, straighten your arms, tuck your chin towards your chest, rounding through your upper back. 2 more times. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Step back into your high plank, setting up for your downward facing dog. Spread your fingers out wide. Puff your upper back, so lifting your chest away from your thumbs. Tuck your tailbone, engage your core. Keep your hands and feet where it's at. Just push your hips up to your first downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out your knees. Shake your head side to side. And find stillness in your down dog. Feet hip width distance apart. Option to bend your knees as much as you need. Lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Lengthen your spine. Press evenly into all 10 fingertips. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Inhale, right leg high. Lead with your inner thigh. Keep your hips square. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your thumbs. Feel free to lift your right hand to step your foot forward. Drop your left knee. Inhale, Crescent Moon. Lift your torso, lift your arms over your head. Press your right foot into the floor. Lift your hips a tad bit higher. Lengthen your spine. Then hug your outer hips in. Keep your legs active. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Shift forward. Exhale, revolve Crescent Moon. Hook your left elbow on top of right thigh and actively press your elbow into your thigh. Lift your chest. Peel your right shoulder back. Option to gaze past your right shoulder. Make sure you're breathing and not holding your breath. Find that nice rotation. Good. Inhale, gaze down. Exhale, drop your hands. Lift your left knee. Step your right foot back. If you have your chaturanga, feel free to take that. Otherwise, just press yourself up back to downward facing dog. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Lead with your inner thigh. Keep your left foot flexed. Exhale, low lunge. Nice and control. Drop your right knee. Inhale, Crescent Moon. Lift your torso. Shoulder stacks over hips. Drag your left outer hip back. Hug your right hip forward. Lift your frontal hip bone up. Engage through your glutes. Hug your belly in. Inhale, hands to heart. Shift your chest forward. Exhale, revolve Crescent Moon. 3 breaths here. Every inhale, reach your chest forward. Every exhale, lean your left shoulder back. Focus on opening up through the front side of your chest. Maybe bring your thumbs to heart center. Hug your inner thighs in. Leg stays active. Inhale, gaze down. Exhale, drop your hands. Lift your right knee, step your left foot back. Again, either hold here and press yourself up to downward facing dog. Otherwise, take your vinyasa if that's in your practice. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Inhale, right leg high. Nice and slow. Keep your right leg straight. Exhale, low lunge. This time, keep your back heel lifted. Inhale, crescent moon or crescent lunge. Rise all the way up into your high lunge position. Keep your feet hip width distance apart. Lift your back heel as high as you can. Hug your inner thighs in. Drag your right outer glute back. Hug your left hip forward. So hips stay square to the front of your mat. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Shift your chest forward. And exhale, revolved crescent lunge. So same thing as we did as our crescent moon. This time we're working our legs, finding more balance, more strength here. Press your shoulders down towards your hips. Reach your chest forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Inhale, gaze down. Listen for the change. Exhale, drop both hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot out towards the knife edge of your mat. Stack your hands underneath your shoulders. Focus on upward facing dog heart by lifting your chest. Drop your hips down, straighten your left leg. Let's take 3 breaths here. I like to rock my hips forward and back. Make some circles with my hips. Shoulders away from your ears. Last breath. Good. All right, step your right foot back. Again, either high plank to downward facing dog or take your chaturanga. I'll go ahead and place a link below for our chaturanga demo. So if you're brand new to yoga, go ahead and check that out. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Make sure your feet are set up first, hip width distance apart, and wait for your inhale to rise. The straighter your right leg, the more stretch you'll feel in the front side of your right hip. Shoulders relaxed, but lift up through your side waist. Draw your front ribs in. Inhale, bring your hands to heart. Shift forward. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge. 3 breaths here. Keep your left elbow pointing up. Actively press your right elbow against your left thigh. Lean your upper body back. Hug your outer hips in. Inhale, gaze down. Exhale, lizard lunge. Both hands to the inside of your left foot. Keep that right leg lifted. Lift your chest. Rock forward and back. Make some circles. Broaden through your collarbones. So again, focusing on that upward facing dog heart. So finding more of an extension through your upper back. Good. Come back to stillness. Step your left foot back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Once you're in your down dog, let's drop to the knees. Untuck your toes. Puppy pose. Keep your hips over knees. Walk your hands forward. And drop your chest. Either drop your forehead or drop your chin. Good. Inhale, lift your chest. Drop your forearms parallel to one another. Spread your fingers out wide. Lift your knees and come up to forearm plank. From here, dolphin pose. Walk your feet forward. as close to your elbows as possible, but keep your spine lengthened. So very similar to your downward facing dog, but we're just on our forearms. Feel free to bend your knees, lift your hips, relax your head. Actively press your forearms into the floor. Press your chest back towards your thighs. So again, really focusing on a slight back bend through your upper back. Get any rounding out. So if you're rounding, you just got to step your feet back. Good. One more breath here. You got this. Inhale. And then exhale, child's pose. Good job, ladies. Drop your knees. Big toes to touch. Relax your head. Stretch your arms forward over your head. And come back to your breath here. All right, ladies. Let's go ahead and have a seat on our heels, knees together. If this is too much for your knees, feel free to have a seat on your sit bone. Cross your left hand on top of right thigh, right hand behind your lower back. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, peel your right shoulder back. Drop your shoulders down your hips. Reach the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Come back to center, switch sides. Notice if you're overarching your lower back, see if you could hug the belly in and lengthen your tailbone down. So anytime you're taking any spinal rotation, always keep your lower back lengthened down. That way it helps to protect your lower back. Good. Come back to center. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, and exhale, step your feet behind your wrist. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on top of your shin bones, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward folds. Option to bend your knees, relax your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift your chest to flatten your back. Exhale, melt your chest down towards your thighs. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach your chest forward, lean forward. Exhale, forward folds. Walk your toes out, heels in, squat down for your Malasana, frog pose. Hands to heart center, sit up nice and tall. Drop your shoulders down towards your hips. Open your knees. Breath in. Breath out. Awesome. All right, so ladies, grab your two blocks and let's come standing on our knees. Bring your shin bones parallel, knees hip width. Grab your two blocks and place it right next to your ankles. Let's start off with the highest height of the block. Okay. Bring your hands behind your lower back, fingertips points down. Squeeze your elbows in towards each other. Open your shoulders and chest. Tuck your tailbone to protect your lower back. Inhale, lift your chest up towards the ceiling, maybe gaze up. And exhale, release your hands on top of the blocks for Camel Pose. From there, press your hips slightly forward so it stacks over your knees. Lift up through your lower back. Keep reaching your sternum up towards the ceiling. Draw your shoulder blades in towards each other and lift your chest a tad bit higher. Good. One more breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Bring your hands to your lower back and slowly rise. Have a seat on your heels. One more time here. Release the blocks to the side. Place your hands on top of your thighs. Find a nice neutral position. Notice how your posture feels here. From all those twistings and back bends,
You should notice more neutral, more straightness through your spine. Relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, gently blink your eyes open and let's go ahead and have a seat here. All right, mamas, let's go ahead and slow down. You guys did amazing. So again, because we did a lot of back bends, a lot of twistings, we're going to do some forward folds to balance out our spine. These forward folds are really, really good for your lower back. Okay, so keeping your legs straight, big toe stays connected. Bend your knees as much as you need. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, hinge from your hips and fold over your legs. Keep your chest lifted to keep your lower back lengthened. Pull your heart towards your toes. As you exhale, feel free to hinge from your hips and fold a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, slowly rise. Butterfly out your legs. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Walk your feet away from your pelvis and make sure both sit bones are grounded. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold over your legs. Same action. Pull your chest forward and feel your lower back pull forward as well. Keep your back flat and neutral. No rounding, no overarching. Feel free to fold even deeper. Good. Inhale, slowly rise. So same thing here, but this time you're going to walk your heels in closer towards your pelvis. So this time we're stretching more of the inner thigh area. Inhale. Exhale, folds. This time you can walk your hands forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, slowly rise. Let's lower down onto our backs. Once you're on your back, keep your feet hip width. Cross your right ankle on top of left thigh. Either stay here as you press your right knee forward for your figure four. Otherwise, pick your left foot up, interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Flex both feet. Lengthen your tailbone down. Lower back stays flat. Open your chest. Keep pressing your right knee away from your chest. Keep your legs into figure four. Tee out your arms. Drop your left foot. Scoot your hips over to the right and drop your legs over to the left. Figure four, supine twist. Both shoulder blades down and gaze past your right shoulder. Feel free to press your right knee away from your chest, opening up your hips. Last breath in. And as you exhale, come back to center. Drop your right foot. Bring your hips back to center. Switching sides, left ankle on top of right thigh. Option one, hold there. Or option two, interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. As you press your right thigh into your chest, actively press your left knee away from your chest. Focus on opening up through your heart. Spread your collarbones apart. Relax your jaw. Option two, close your eyes.
Release your hands out to a T. Drop your right foot. Scoot your hips to the left and drop your legs over to the right. Figure 4, supine twist. 3 breaths. Come back to center. Shavasana. Feel free to grab your bolsters, your blankets to lie on. Spread your legs out wide. Make sure there's no distractions, so no blocks or straps touching you. Either palms face up or palms face down. Relax your jaw. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All right, mamas, I'm going to leave you here for your Shavasana. Stay here a little longer if you can, if you have time. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. All right. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please like. All right. Thank you. Namaste.